Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Focus on healing our spirit. Wear your favorite turban, tea, or tunic and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tea, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, and peace. She's got long suffering, gentleness, and goodness, endurance, faith, and meekness too. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, and peace. She's got long suffering, gentleness, and goodness, endurance, faith, and meekness too. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit.
Shalawam, shalawam, akwathiam. Hello, hello, shalawam. Come on in. Come on in. How are you all today? Oh my gosh, look at who is here. Viva Lola. Shalawam, shalawam. Sister Carla. Shalawam. Come on in. Come on in, beautiful. Come on in, Sister Cassandra. Shalawam. Oh my gosh, come on in. We are ready to get this royal tea party started. Come on in. How is everyone today? How is everyone? Talk to me. How are you? Please, please, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Let everyone know that we are live. We are ready to get this royal tea party started. Please go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already done so, because so many times people forget to hit that like button. Please hit the like button and also share and subscribe. Let's get this royal tea party started. How is everyone? How was your week? So before we go any further, first of all, let us give a huge shout out, a praise to the Almighty, I am that I am, the God of the Hebrews, the God of the Shebrews, for bringing us back together another beautiful Sunday, another first day of the week. Shalawam, Sister Paula, Sister Princess. So good to see you, my beautiful sisters. So good to see you. Oh my goodness. Yes, let's just give a praise to the Almighty, right? I am that I am, the God of the Hebrews and the Shebrews. Thank him for bringing us through another week and into a new week. We have so much to be thankful for. Sister Madakwa, so good to see you. Yes, I am your hostess, Kuala Yakata, and I humbly thank you all for being here with me on this broadcast today and having tea with me. So let's talk about this. How was your week? How was your week? I pray that you all had a wonderful week. I know I did. I did. You know, every week is beautiful for me. And we have been having such amazing weather here. This past week, the temperature was like in the 80s, 85, I think was the highest that it was. So it's been warm here. How about where you're at? How is it in California right now? How is it in California? Are you all still getting a lot of rain? What's going on in California right now? What's the weather like? Is it chilly? Like I said here, it is warm. So yes, I'm enjoying it, but I'm really missing some rain. I want some rain. Yes, I want some rain. So let me go ahead and get all of the housekeeping stuff out of the way. Let's get rid of all of these disclaimers and so on. So let me start off by saying tea time with Shebrew royalty is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. We get it. We understand. You know, it's not a big deal. But if you come across this channel and you realize that we are not your cup of tea, I encourage you to keep searching. Keep searching YouTube, and I'm sure that you will find your perfect cup of tea and your perfect flavor. You owe that to yourself, and I'm sure that you will, if you continue to search, you will find your perfect cup of tea. But what I do ask is that you please do not leave any derogatory comments or statements in the chat box, because that would be distasteful. So we really appreciate that, and we thank you in advance. Sister Cassandra says, Vegas has had nice weather. Awesome. Springish weather here in Cali. Oh, nice. Very nice. Yes, springish weather being, are you all still getting that rain? Or did the rain kind of go away? Is it just a little chilly right now? Kind of sweater weather? Yeah, here it's short sleeves and and everything else. It's been so warm. Yep, but you know, we praise the Most High. Whatever weather we have, just to be here is amazing. Also, although I am a medical provider and a corporate health and wellness coach, and I will be touching on topics of health and wellness on my broadcast, we will not be utilizing this platform to diagnose or treat anyone's illnesses. So if you are experiencing any medical problems whatsoever, I encourage you to consult with your healthcare practitioner. And the views that you will hear on this channel are those of myself, my guests, and my co-hosts, and not those of any particular church or organization. One more thing, if you would like to be a guest on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, please send me an email to ShebrewRoyaltyBiz@gmail.com. ShebrewRoyaltyBiz@gmail.com. Let me get that on the banner here for you. Actually, it's already up there. There it is right there, ShebrewRoyaltyBiz@gmail.com, and include a brief description of your business, your product, your service. Or if you would like to co-host a show with me, send me a topic that you would like to co-host with me. I would love to hear from you and brainstorm on how we can collaborate to help heal Shebrews throughout the four corners of the earth. Because in doing so, that will help us to heal our nation as a whole, right? So yes, please send me an email to ShebrewRoyaltyBiz@gmail.com with your whatever your service is, product, or a title of a show that you would like to co-host with me. Also, I would like to introduce my sponsor, Orderly Fashion 144, where you can shop for custom trends, designs, accessories, and apparel for the dapper and chic. So this is not just for the sisters, but also for the brothers as well. You can shop at orderlyfashion144.com. Let me put their information up now. There you go. And please, when you place your order, please remember to add the discount code for my guests, which is Quala, Q-A-L-A, my name, 15, to receive 15% off your purchases. Also, free shipping will populate on orders of $70 or more. They are also looking for fashion models that will purchase from the website and submit a full body photo wearing whatever apparel that you purchased. And you can receive up to 35% off your orders and one free item per month. In order to do so, you must order at least 3 items per month from the website. For more information, please reach out to info@orderlyfashion144.com. Now let's talk about My Guardian Doc. Let me get their information up here for you. My Guardian Doc. So here we go. My Guardian Doc says here, your health deserves the best care. Step into My Guardian Doc, your one-stop shop for on-demand, compassionate medical guidance, urgent care, primary care, and virtual second opinions, all provided by licensed medical doctors. Elevate your health care with 24/7 world-class care for just $27 per month for your entire household. And you can go to the website. I have a link for the website just below, in the description box below this video. And if you choose to subscribe, there's also a link for you to sign up for the services. So that is myguardiandoc.com. Let's see who is here. Oh, the rain went away. It's a little chilly in Sacramento. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's just unseasonably, well, I say unseasonably warm, but this is my first February in Texas for a long time. I hadn't been in Texas for a long time until I moved back here last July. So I don't know if this is how it usually is in February here in Texas, but at least the location where I'm at. But it is warm. And so I really am looking forward to us getting some rain soon, I hope, because I do love the rain as well. So once again, if you haven't already done so, please hit the like button right now for me. Do not forget to hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I hope that you're wearing your favorite turban, tee, tunic, or dress. That being said, let's sip some tea and have healthy talk. Let's get this royal tea party started. So sisters, what is your cup of tea? Talk to me. What is your cup of tea tonight? What is your cup of tea? Let me hear from you. What's your cup of tea? My tea tonight is oregano tea. And so Sister Jeanette isn't here yet. I don't see her in the comment section yet. But thanks to Sister Jeanette, who suggested that I feature this amazingly powerful herb. And I really had never thought about making tea from oregano, just because whenever I use oregano, it's of course, you know, to spice up my dinner, my salad, or what have you. And especially since we just had Mediterranean week, was it last week? Yes. You know, of course, in the Mediterranean dishes, we use a lot of oregano, but I never really considered making tea from oregano. So, you know, last week, I think it would have been more appropriate to feature the oregano tea since we had the Mediterranean diet last week. Anyhow, let's watch this video by Vegan Doctor, Diseases That Heal with Oregano Tea and How to Make It. And I must say that, you know, I have to be totally honest, when I made this oregano tea, I'm not going to say that it's my favorite tea at all. And because of all of the health benefits, I will drink it. But for me, the flavor is not, it's not what I want for a tea. Let me just put it that way. So I had to add just a little bit more honey than I normally would in my teas, just to kind of mask that oregano flavor. But when you see all of the health benefits, I think that you also will agree to incorporate oregano tea in your tea cycle, because we're learning so much about so many teas that right now you know we're rotating teas. At least I am, because every week I try to feature a new tea. So my tea collection is getting pretty large, and I'm really excited about that. So Sister Carla says ginger, turmeric, lemon, and black pepper tea. That is, yes, loaded with antioxidants. Good for you. Good for you. That sounds like the perfect tea for a chilly day in Sacramento. So let's talk about oregano tea. Let's see what the benefits are.
We all want to have youthful skin and maintain a healthy weight. And if there's one herb capable of giving me those benefits and more, with a dose that fits on a teaspoon, that is oregano. Indeed, this ancient plant has been shown to be 35 times more antioxidant than blueberries and as potent as some antibiotics. Therefore, I will explain how to use oregano, what dose will be most beneficial for me to take advantage of its benefits, and who should not use it without knowing several precautions for consuming it safely. Today, I share with you the benefits of consuming oregano daily. Oregano is an aromatic herb used for medicinal purposes since ancient civilizations, such as the Greeks and Romans, for disinfecting wounds, relieving pain such as muscle or dental pain, and also for preserving food thanks to its antibacterial action. And it is that oregano comes from the Greek oros, meaning mountain, and ganos, meaning joy, which gives us a clue about the value given to it in these cultures. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, and also the serious bust that accompanies me in each video, used to prescribe oregano to combat digestive, respiratory disorders, and especially situations of prolonged pain. So today, we will see the benefits of this plant according to current scientific evidence and how we can use it in infusion or as oregano oil, the latter being the most potent and easiest to prepare, as we will see at home. First, we have the benefits to our heart health. Oregano, thanks to its active compounds, carvacrol, thymol, and rosmarinic acid, will help lower our LDL cholesterol, known as bad, while increasing our HDL cholesterol, or good. This will reduce our risk of cardiovascular diseases. Moreover, its anti-inflammatory properties will help our arteries prevent arteriosclerosis, a situation in which our blood vessels harden and narrow, which, along with that excess LDL cholesterol, is the prelude to most heart attacks and strokes. So, oregano will help me protect my heart and blood vessels by acting on these two paths. The second benefit of oregano is its effects on our body weight. The carvacrol in oregano has been shown in various studies to have a potent anti-obesity effect. Indeed, especially in the case of a high-fat diet, this component of oregano has been shown to be effective in counteracting the ravages of this and other unhealthy diets on the abdominal perimeter, since it directly interferes with the genes that lead to fat formation, what we know as adipogenesis. It is worth remembering that fighting this abdominal fat is not only going to be an aesthetic solution, but also will decrease my risk of chronic diseases. This leads us to the third benefit of oregano, which is its anti-cancer properties. The antioxidants in oregano will combat our cell damage caused by free radicals, which are one of the main factors in the development of this disease. And not only that, but also various compounds in oregano like carvacrol have been shown to lead cancer cells to their destruction, especially breast cells. Now, we must know that although oregano has shown a great effect in facing these tumor cells, most of these cancer researches have been conducted in the laboratory, so the evidence in humans to date is very limited. So, it will be a good idea to use oregano to help me prevent this disease within a healthy lifestyle, but I should never stop a prescribed treatment against this or another chronic disease. Fourthly, we have the power of oregano on our immune system, since its active compounds, such as carvacrol and thymol, have antibacterial and antifungal properties, which will help us fight infections, something so useful, especially in these times. And it is that oregano has shown that it is capable of stopping the growth and eradicating various bacteria, like Salmonella and E. coli, the biggest causes of gastroenteritis and enterococci, known for causing urinary infections, and is especially effective as an antifungal, managing to reduce its development by 95%. And not only that, but also oregano will strengthen our defenses by stimulating the production of white blood cells, which will help to further strengthen the barrier of our body against infectious diseases. Fifth, we have the effects on our skin health, and it is that the antioxidant properties of oregano will help me combat premature aging by facing the dreaded wrinkles and the lack of tone in my skin. In addition, the anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial power of carvacrol will make oregano oil, applied topically, be useful in treating fungi, acne, and other infections on my skin. The sixth benefit of oregano is digestive health. Oregano will help in our digestive well-being, thanks to its antispasmodic properties, which will relieve stomach pains and cramps while helping to expel excess gas, which prevents our abdominal bloating. It will also help lower inflammation in my digestive tract, thanks to its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory power, which will be very useful if I suffer from irritable bowel syndrome or colitis. And besides, its antimicrobial action will help me eliminate harmful bacteria in my intestine, which frequently cause gastroenteritis or bacterial overgrowth. Moreover, oregano will stimulate the production of bile by our liver, which will facilitate that we digest fats better, while making us absorb nutrients from food better. Seventh, we have the benefits to our respiratory health, and this will be thanks to this herb having expectorant properties that help me expel accumulated mucus, which will relieve nasal congestion and excess mucus in my throat. And besides, carvacrol and thymol as antimicrobial compounds can help me keep my bronchi clear of pathogens, which will be very useful to prevent respiratory infections, but also relieving my symptoms if I suffer from bronchitis, asthma, or persistent cough. The eighth benefit of oregano is its anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation is a necessary tool of our body, after all, our natural response to injuries or infections. But when this inflammation becomes persistent, is when it will be harmful by appearing pains and chronic diseases. And oregano, thanks to its anti-inflammatory compounds, will combat this inflammation from the cellular level by making fewer pro-inflammatory substances are produced from the base. Now, how are we going to use oregano? First, we have culinary use. And it is that, as we know, oregano is a pillar of Mediterranean and Latin cuisine, since its unique flavor and aroma make it indispensable in many sauces, stews, or salads. Whether fresh or dry, oregano adds a special touch to any dish, and the recommended dose of this herb will vary between 1 or 2 teaspoons a day, served in our meals. Secondly, we have the oregano infusion, and to prepare it, we will need only 1 teaspoon of dried oregano leaves or 1 tablespoon of fresh oregano leaves that we will chop finely before, and a cup of water. To prepare it, we bring the water to a boil in a saucepan or a kettle. And on the other hand, we place the oregano in a teapot or in a cup. Here is where we pour the boiling water over the oregano to then cover the teapot or cup with a lid or a saucer. And after letting it rest for 5 to 10 minutes, we strain the tea into another cup to remove the leaves, and it will be ready for us to enjoy its flavor and benefits with the recommended dose of 1 to 2 cups a day. Third, we have oregano oil, which will have more properties because it is more concentrated, and we can prepare it at home. For this, we will first need a base oil in which the oregano will go. Ideally, extra virgin olive oil for being the healthiest, but any culinary use oil like sunflower or coconut will work. We put the fresh or dry oregano in a dark container and heat the same amount of olive oil as oregano a little, without letting it boil. If we have put 20 of oregano, we will heat 20 of oil. Once hot, we pour it into the jar with the oregano. We then close the jar and leave it for 2 weeks in a dark place, like a pantry or closed box, without refrigerating. It will be important that we move it gently every day so that it mixes well, and after the month, we strain it and return it to the dark jar without the leaves, and it will be ready to consume. We can use this homemade oil topically on the skin, massaging the area to be treated, or consume up to 2 teaspoons a day with meals, ideally for salad dressing or seasoning any dish. And it is that this oil can be consumed directly, so we will benefit from the advantages we have seen so far if we take between 1 and 2 teaspoons a day, starting with 1, of course, to see how our body tolerates it the first time. And it will be important not to confuse this homemade oil with oregano essential oil, which we find in supplement stores or herbalists and is much more concentrated, so it should not be ingested. This essential oil is usually for topical use and after diluting it before with another oil, since applied directly can cause skin reactions. And it is that despite its great benefits, it will be essential that we use oregano with caution. It suits me to know that in excessive amounts or in very concentrated forms, easier to reach, if I use essential oil, it can cause me adverse reactions. So, if I suffer from any health problem or take any medication, especially anticoagulants with which oregano can interfere, it will be advisable to consult my doctor before using oregano in high doses or for medicinal purposes, and especially if I'm going to opt for using its essential oil. And thank you very much for staying with me until here. What do you think about the benefits of oregano? How do you usually consume it? I read you here below in the comments, and if it has been useful to you, remember to share this video on WhatsApp with people you think it can help. I leave you here one about the benefits of garlic that will surely be of interest to you. Take great care. We all want to have youthful skin and make
So what do you think about oregano tea, sisters? Are you willing to try some oregano tea? Sister Madakwa says she's having peppermint, nettle, and thyme tea. All right. That's quite the blend. Peppermint, nettle, and thyme. Oh, wow. Are you sweetening that with anything, Sister Madakwa? So once again, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And just a reminder, we are about to get started, by the way, but we do not promote on social media because I do not have an account on any social media platform. So I depend on your support by sharing the channel, whether on your social media accounts or by word of mouth to your friends and sisters, your family members, by word of mouth. Please invite them to join us. All right. I am so excited about tonight's show, but let's talk about last week's show. How many of you were here last week for our show on the Mediterranean diet versus the SAD diet, the standard American diet? How many of you were here, or did you watch the recording? And what did you think about it? What did you think about last week's show? Did you learn anything? Did you learn anything? Are you incorporating the Mediterranean diet / lifestyle? Are you adopting that? Do you plan to incorporate any of the things that you learned last week? Are we staying away from the standard American diet, the SAD diet? Yeah, I know I am. I'm staying as far away as possible from that eating plan. Matter of fact, I haven't eaten that way in quite some time, so I don't plan on returning. Like I said before, my way of eating falls more along the lines of the Mediterranean diet, and it works for me. So welcome to the fourth and last Sunday of February, Functional Nutrition Month on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. So every Sunday this month, we have been delving into topics pertaining to functional nutrition. So tonight, like I said, is our fourth and final show, final broadcast on the topic of functional nutrition. Tonight's show, my question is your diet helping you to function or causing you to dysfunction? And so tonight, you will know by the end of this broadcast, by learning how to identify functional and dysfunctional foods. So that's the goal tonight, is to help us to be able to identify what are functional foods and what are dysfunctional foods. And are the foods that we are eating, are they contributing to our function or causing us to dysfunction through sickness and diseases? So once again, as a medical provider, health and wellness coach, and also now a certified functional nutrition informed professional, my ultimate goal is to provoke us all to make lifestyle changes that will improve our well-being spiritually, mentally, and physically. And nutrition plays a major, major role in achieving that goal. Learning what foods have the ability to either heal or damage our bodies is definitely a key component. So let's talk about that tonight. So those of us who read the Bible are familiar, I'm sure, with the book of Leviticus that teaches us about the dietary laws and about the clean and unclean foods that we are either to eat or refrain from according to the Most High's laws. However, since biblical times, there have been other foods that have been introduced into our diets. Some were mentioned in the Bible, but others were not. Some of these foods can be good for us or can be bad for us, right? And we should know whether we should consume them or not. So let's find out what category these foods fall into, whether they are functional or dysfunctional foods. So what is a functional food? Functional foods are foods with medicinal properties due to elevated levels of certain micronutrients and phytonutrients, and these are referred to as functional foods. So phytonutrients, are natural chemicals or compounds produced by plants. They keep plants healthy, protecting them from insects and the sun. According to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, foods defined as whole foods, along with fortified, enriched, or enhanced food that have a potentially beneficial effect on health when consumed as part of a varied diet on a regular basis at effective levels, are considered functional foods. So that's important. It means that we can't just consume these functional foods in small amounts or sporadically in order to reap the benefits. We must consume them on a regular basis at effective levels in order for us to reap the benefits of these functional foods. According to the Internal Food Information Council, functional foods is also defined as foods or dietary components that may provide a health benefit beyond basic nutrition and may help play a role in reducing or minimizing the risk of certain diseases and other health conditions. So what are some of the nutritional components of functional foods? So I will include some of the list. Of course, this list is not exhaustive. So this is just some of the components of the functional foods. So their antioxidant content, their omega-3s and omega-6 content, polyphenols, and polyphenols are a category of plant compounds. Regularly consuming polyphenols is thought to boost digestion and brain health and protect against heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. Also, functional foods have a role to play on physiology and biochemistry. So why eat, quote unquote, the rainbow? Foods that are colorful. Colors represent phytonutrients. For instance, red, when you see the color red in your foods, your fruits and vegetables, you know that they are rich in lycopene and antioxidants. Orange or yellow, they're rich in carotenoids and beta cryptotoxin, antioxidants, and they're also cardioprotective, so they help to protect the heart. With green vegetables, they're high in inodols and sulforaphanes. And some of these chemical words, as we well know, some of them are really difficult to pronounce. So bear with me. Also, the green fruits and vegetables are immune modulating, which means they affect the immune system to treat diseases or illnesses. And they're also very high in antioxidants. Blues and purples are high in anthocyanins, which reduce inflammation. White or brown are high in allicin, which has anti-tumor properties. So what exactly are phytonutrients? What are phytonutrients? Let's go to an article by Healthline. What are phytonutrients? Let's learn about phytonutrients tonight. It's important that we know these things so we will know whether our foods are functional, whether they're helping to ward off diseases, or whether they're doing more harm than good, right? It's important to know these things. So let's talk about phytonutrients. Here we go. According to Healthline, what are phytonutrients? Phytonutrients are natural chemicals or compounds produced by plants. They keep plants healthy, protecting them from insects and the sun. And they can be found in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, teas, nuts, beans, and spices. Phytonutrients also have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties that can help support a healthy human body. There are thousands of phytonutrients found in plants and related foods. Some of the most common phytonutrients are carotenoids, ellagic acid, resveratrol, flavonoids, phytoestrogens, glucose inolates, And what are the health benefits of phytonutrients? While their antioxidant qualities lead to the pack in healthful benefits, phytonutrients are also known for other characteristics. So here are the characteristics of the carotenoids. They are beneficial for eye health and immune health. Two of the six more common carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin, are found in the retina and can decrease your risk of developing macular degeneration by 43%, according to studies. Flavonoids can protect against cancer and cardiovascular disease. These phytochemicals contribute to healthy cell communication. This can trigger detoxification, decrease inflammation, and reduce the risk of tumors spreading. Glucosinolates are similar in helping to prevent cancer, found predominantly in cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, bok choy, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. They help to eliminate toxins in the body. Types of phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are available in supplement form. However, they are best consumed as nutrient-rich foods. Supplements don't provide all the necessary nutrients to sustain the body, and in rare cases of high doses can be toxic. So what are carotenoids? Carotenoids are pigments in plants that are responsible for the bright colored hues of vegetables and fruits. There are more than 600 carotenoids, and they must be consumed through foods and sources of fat. Some common types of carotenoids include alpha-carotene, beta-carotene, beta-cryptoxanthin, lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin. Carotenoids act as antioxidants, and some can be converted into vitamin A. They support immune system function, eye health, and reduce your risk of cancer. Some foods rich in carotenoids are pumpkins, carrots, spinach, kale, tomatoes, oranges, yams. Ellagic acid is a phytochemical known for reducing cancer risk by lowering cholesterol. Ellagic acid has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. The highest levels of ellagic acid are present in raspberries. Other foods rich in this compound include strawberries, blackberries, grapes, pomegranates, walnuts, and pecans. Resveratrol. Resveratrol is found predominantly in grapes, specifically the grape skin and wine. This compound supports cardiovascular and cognitive health. Resveratrol has also been associated with increased cerebral blood flow. Resveratrol can be found in other foods, such as peanuts, pistachios, strawberries, blueberries, and dark chocolate. Flavonoids. Flavonoids are one of the largest groups of phytonutrients. This compound is rich in antioxidant properties and anti-cancer activities. There are many subgroups of flavonoids, including flavones, anthocyanins, flavonones, isoflavones, and flavonoids. Some foods rich in flavonoid compounds are green tea, apples, onions, coffee, grapefruits, legumes, and ginger. Phytoestrogens. These compounds are associated with reducing the risk of cancer, heart disease, and osteoporosis. Phytoestrogens mimic estrogen in the body, which may be beneficial for women in relieving discomfort from hot flashes and other menopausal symptoms. However, some studies have shown phytoestrogens may disrupt hormone function. Be mindful of your intake of phytoestrogens and get to know how they may impact your body, as everyone is different. Foods rich in phytoestrogen compounds include soy, broccoli, oranges, carrots, coffee, legumes. Glucosinolates. Glucosinolates are compounds found predominantly in cruciferous vegetables. They are known for helping to regulate inflammation, metabolic function, and stress responses. Glucosinolates have also been associated with cancer prevention. Studies in rats and mice found that the compounds that form from broken down glucosinolates inactivate carcinogens and protect cells from DNA damage. However, this has not been proven in human studies. Common foods rich in glycosinolates include broccoli. There's broccoli again. Broccoli is so good. Bok choy, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and mustard. So increasing the amount of phytoestrogen-rich foods in your diet can boost antioxidant activity and your immune health. Although these compounds are available in supplement form, they are best consumed through natural sources, fruits, and vegetables. Before deciding to alter your diet, discuss the risks and benefits with your doctor. All right. So that is the T on phytonutrients. That is the T. So there are certain trends that we see in functional foods. What are some of the trends that we see? How many have heard of prebiotics, probiotics? I know we hear a lot about these for gut health, right? So prebiotics are carbohydrates that act as food that are beneficial for the bacteria in the gut. Probiotics are live microorganisms that function like good bacteria in the gut. So then there's also immune support. There's mushrooms as medicine. How many people have heard of mushrooms being used as medicine? That's part of functional food. And then there's also adaptogens. Who have heard the term adaptogens? So the term adaptogen is referring to a natural substance considered to help the body adapt to stress and to exert a normalizing effect upon bodily processes. A well-known adaptogen is ginseng. Then we've heard of the term plant-based, such as plant-based foods or plant-based diet. This means that it is consisting largely or solely of vegetables, grains, pulses, or other foods derived from plants rather than animal products. So what are some examples of functional foods? Some examples are chia seeds, lion's mane, blueberries, flax seeds, broccoli sprouts, green tea, salmon, kale, garlic, turmeric, and coconut. This is just a few examples of what functional foods are, and we'll go into some of these. So let's talk first about chia seeds. So chia seeds are easily accessible. They have a mild, nutty, and neutral taste. They're a good source of soluble and insoluble fiber and antioxidants. They're high in omega-3, high in vitamin B. And then there's lion's mane. Who out here has tried lion's mane? I have yet to try lion's mane. I've heard so much about it, but I know Sister Madakwa has been using lion's mane. Sister Madakwa, maybe you can post something in the chat about your experience with lion's mane. It's typically found, it's a mushroom. It's typically found in North America, Europe, and Asia. It's also known as a bear's head. It's a medicinal mushroom, often labeled as an adaptogen and neurotrophic. It's neurotrophic with cognitive benefits. So it's good for the mind. It's good for the brain. It's a functional food that contains protein, carbohydrates, crude fiber, and micronutrients. It's also rich in polyphenols and polysaccharides. It's adaptogenic, it's anti-inflammatory, it's antioxidative, it's neurotrophic, so it helps with the nerves. It's also found in coffee, soups, and teas. Who has tried lion's mane? What is your experience with lion's mane? And then there's blueberries. I know we've all tried blueberries. I love blueberries. So blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, fiber, and they're low on the glycemic index. So these are good berries, good fruits for people that are diabetic because they're low in glycemic index. Their sugar content, glucose content is pretty low. What are some of the benefits of blueberries? They're anti-inflammatory, they're antioxidant, and high in fiber. They're also rich in micronutrients such as manganese, vitamin K, and C. So you should aim for about 1 cup of raw blueberries per day, which can contain up to 3 to 4 grams of fiber. And opt for organic whenever possible. So I only consume the organic blueberries. And then there's flax seeds. Flax seeds are diverse and multi-use seed with a very nutty taste. They're rich in omega-3s, lignins, and fibers. And in order to get the benefits, the release of the antioxidant function, it's best when they're freshly ground. So if you can ground your own flax seeds, that's the best way to consume them. And they're also a good source of fat, the good fats. What are some of the functional uses? So they're cardioprotective, which means they're good for the heart health. They help to reduce hypertension. They're anti-inflammatory, they're antioxidant, and they may help to lower blood sugar in type 2 diabetics. Sister Carla says, I have tried it. Lion's mane is my favorite mushroom. How do you use it, Sister Carla? I've seen people make burgers out of them, and they look delicious. I just haven't been able to find any in my area. So yeah, tell me, how do you use it? Are you using it dry, or maybe are you putting it in coffee? How do you use your lion's mane, Sister Carla? So flaxseed is also phytoestrogenic and can be protective against breast cancer. How do you use it, Sister Carla? Yeah, put it in the chat for us. Because some of us are learning about some of these functional foods, right? I really like putting mushrooms in my food, but I have not tried the lion's mane, and I'm really looking forward to trying it. So yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think and how you've been using it. So broccoli sprouts are also really, it's really a good functional food. Sister Madakwa says lion's mane is my fave as well, Sister Carla. I've made full fried chicken with avocado oil. Oh wow. I've heard of the burgers, but I've not heard about the fake chicken with avocado oil. Okay. Do you use like a batter or anything with it, or do you just fry it just by itself? I'm always up to learning new recipes as well, so I'm trying to pick your brain here. You haven't tried it in powder form. Okay. So the broccoli sprouts are good made at home. So we'll talk about how to make the homemade broccoli sprouts as well. They're high in sulforaphanes and have shown benefits against cancer, heart health, H. pylori infections, which we know H. pylori can also cause ulcers, stomach ulcers, gastric ulcers. They're good for liver detoxification and also may be neuroprotective, so protective of the brain and nerves. Sister Jeanette says, I'm here, just busy, but listening in. Good to see you, Sister Jeanette. Good to see you. I gave you a shout out earlier. I don't know if you heard. I gave you a shout out about the tea tonight, the oregano tea. The water for that suggestion. I'm acquiring a taste for it now that I put a little bit more, like I said, I put a little bit more honey than I normally would. But I just had to kind of mask that oregano taste. But it's not so bad now with the extra honey. So with the broccoli sprouts, let's get back to the broccoli sprouts, contains 10 times or more the amount than an adult broccoli. Isn't that amazing? And according to the studies, they're most potent when the sprouts are 3 days old. So you want to consume these sprouts when they're at their height, which is 3 days old. So how do you sprout? First of all, you need broccoli seeds for sprouting and a mason jar. You'll soak the broccoli sprouts in water for 12 hours. Then you wash and drain the broccoli sprouts and repeat that every 12 hours. After 3 days, you can consume the broccoli sprouts. So how do you use the broccoli sprouts? You can sprinkle them over soups and salads. You can sprinkle them on eggs or place them in sandwiches. So this is just a way for you to make your own broccoli sprouts at home. Just get the seeds. Like it says here, you wash them every 12 hours in the mason jar. After 3 days, they're ready, and consume them in whatever fashion, whether it's on your salad, eggs, or on a sandwich. Sister Carla says, I dredged the lion's mane in a chickpea flour. Okay. Water, nutritional yeast, season with salt, pepper, smoked paprika, Yum. That does sound yummy. I am definitely, as soon as I find some lion's mane, as soon as I find some lion's mane, I'm going to do that. I've been wanting to get that lion's mane because, like I said, I saw someone make a burger out of it and it looked delicious. And from what they say, it tastes just as good as burgers. I haven't had a real beef burger or any burger in so many years, but when I did eat burgers, I really liked them. I really like burgers, but now it's just the veggie burgers for me. But I'm looking forward to trying that, Sister Carla. Not just a burger. Now that I have this recipe, I can make fried chicken. Okay. How about green tea? Green tea as a functional food. So many studied benefits of green tea are it can be used as an alternative to coffee. It's a rich source of antioxidant, L-theanine, and polyphenols. The functional uses are that it's a mild stimulant. It can help with focus and concentration. It's anti-inflammatory. It's an antioxidant. Research studies show benefits of lowering the risk of cardiovascular disease, and the recommendation as a functional food is 1 cup of green tea a day. Another functional food is wild-caught salmon. Wild-caught salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, DHA and EPA. Some of the benefits include anti-inflammatory and antioxidants, may support musculoskeletal health, lower the risk of heart disease, and improved cholesterol. It's protective to the nervous system. Studies suggest the benefit in Alzheimer's disease, depression, and multiple sclerosis. So once again, that is wild-caught salmon as a functional food. Kale is another great functional food. It is nutrient-rich. It's a nutrient-rich vegetable from the Brassica family, high in vitamin C, A, and K, folate, and more. It contains sulfur-containing compounds that may be protective in heart disease, cancer, and inflammation. Benefits are found in 1.5 cups of kale every week. So just 1.5 cups a week is all that you need in order to get the benefits. And then now there's turmeric. And I know a lot of us love turmeric because we're always including it in our teas and our foods. And I see it in the chats all the time. Turmeric is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite functional foods, my superfoods. It's a distant cousin of ginger. It's considered a potent anti-inflammatory, antiviral, and antioxidant food product. It's used for musculoskeletal and inflammatory conditions. It's therapeutic for gastrointestinal tract, so it's good for the stomach. It's generally recognized as safe when taken as food dosing. But whenever you use curcuminoids, it's poor in acidic environments. So it's enhanced with the addition of black pepper. So you'll always hear, when we're using our turmeric, that we always add black pepper with it because it has poor absorption in acidic environments in the gut. So it helps with the addition of black pepper and also with fat. So MCT oil is a good oil to use with your turmeric. That's the medium chain triglyceride Do I have a certain brand name for the oregano oil? No, the video that we watched earlier, did you see that, Sister Cassandra, where in the video he showed us how to make our own oregano oil? Watch the video. All he did was add an equal amount of the oregano, the dried oregano, with virgin olive oil. And he heated the olive oil and added it to the oregano and put it in a glass jar. I'm almost certain it was a dark glass jar, and put it in a dark place, rotate it every day, mix it every day, I think for about 2 weeks. So that's probably the best, is that you make it yourself. I've purchased oregano oils in the past, but my goal is to follow his advice and start making my own. So garlic, let's talk about garlic as a functional food. Garlic is an excellent source, a natural source of bioactive sulfur-containing compounds, and has promising applications in the development of functional foods or nutraceuticals for the prevention and management of certain diseases. Garlic inhibits and destroys bacteria, fungus, and parasites. Did you know that? I knew about the bacteria and fungus. Parasites, though. So garlic is really good for blood pressure as well. Most of us know that garlic, it's been proven to be good for lowering blood pressure and cholesterol, and also sugar levels. It helps prevent blood clotting, and it's protecting the liver. It also protects the liver. It also has anti-cancer effects. It can help to improve the immune system, prevent sickness, and preserve good health. So even if you're not sick, it's good to have garlic to preserve your good health. Don't wait until you're sick or have high blood pressure or diabetes or whatever to start consuming garlic. Another great functional food is coconut. The constituents are water, the coconut water, the meat, coconut oil, and milk. And it's made by pressing the coconut meat. It contains beneficial MCT, which is medium chain triglycerides, as well as minerals such as manganese, copper, selenium, phosphorus, and iron. May benefit blood sugar, weight loss, and contains antioxidants to support during chemotherapy. So that's good to know. If you have any family members that are going through chemotherapy, it says they may benefit from coconut, from the antioxidants that you find in the coconuts. So here's an article. It's on 5 superfoods that are used to boost brain health and memory. Sister Paula says, I'm back. I had to take a phone call. Good to see you back, Sister Paula. Let's talk about the 5 superfoods that can boost brain health and memory. Five superfoods to boost brain health and memory. We all need this. It says here, superfoods such as berries and walnuts can help keep your mind and memory sharp. Research has shown that incorporating these foods into your diet is linked to improved brain health. Simply eating healthy can do wonderful things for your mind. Let's take a look at 5 superfoods that boost brain health and memory. So what defines a superfood? Superfoods are a category of foods that are rich in nutrients such as antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins. They're often also packed with fiber, protein, and healthy fats. Superfoods help promote health by increasing your immune function and decreasing your chance of disease, prevention, or progression. Registered dietitian Beth Zerwoni told the Cleveland Health Clinic. So number 1, fatty fish are the ultimate brain food. Fatty or oily fish such as tuna, sardines, salmon, and mackerel. We talked about these last week, right? The smash fish are an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which your body uses to build brain and nerve cells. Omega-3 fatty acids are essential to learning and memory, according to research. A 2017 study found that individuals with high levels of omega-3s had increased blood flow to the brain, as well as better cognition and thinking abilities. Research has also found that eating fatty fish can help slow age-related cognitive decline and ward off dementia. A 2018 study found that greater consumption of fish among older adults is associated with lower risk of dementia. Also, according to a recent study published in the Journal of Neurology, middle-aged adults with diets rich in omega-3 fatty acids had larger hippocampal volume. The hippocampus part of the brain plays a vital role in memory and learning. These adults were more equipped to understand complex concepts. Number 2, walnuts might improve memory. Nuts like walnuts are a great source of healthy fats, per Harvard Health. Walnuts are associated with improved memory and cognitive test scores. A 2015 study from UCLA found a link between walnut consumption and cognitive test scores. U.S. adults with higher walnut consumption had a significantly higher test score, as well as improved memory, concentration, and speed at which they processed information. This positive association was observed regardless of age, gender, or ethnicity. So fatty fish, walnuts. Says here, additionally, a 2020 study on mice suggests a walnut consumption is beneficial to brain health. Researchers found that a walnut-rich diet had beneficial impacts on memory, learning, motor, coordination, anxiety, and locomotor activity. Walnuts are not the only nut that improves the brain and memory. A 2015 study found over the course of a few years that women who regularly ate nuts had a sharper memory than those who did not. So Sister Paula, you've been eating a lot of nuts lately. Switch from peanuts to walnuts. Number 3, turmeric is an anti-inflammatory that benefits the brain. First of all, let me go back, Sister Paula. As long as you don't have an allergy to walnuts, right? I'm making that suggestion. So yes, as long as you don't have a walnut allergy, switch it up. Number 3, turmeric is an anti-inflammatory that benefits the brain. The deep yellow spice boasts loads of health benefits. It is an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant that can improve brain function, memory, and ease depression. Curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, can cross the blood-brain barrier and directly enter the brain and benefit brain cells, according to Healthline. A 2019 study found that even a short-term consumption of curcumin boosted brain cells growth. Although research is limited, it could also help delay age-related mental decline. Curcumin can also improve memory in those suffering from Alzheimer's disease, according to a 2018 study. It may also help clear the amyloid plaques, a hallmark of the disease, another study found. Number 4, dark leafy greens can slow cognitive decline. Dark leafy greens like kale, spinach, and Swiss chard are beneficial to brain health and can help slow down cognitive decline. A daily serving of dark leafy greens can boost cognitive functions, which includes memory, mental response time, decision-making processes, and even mood. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Neurology found a link between individuals who ate one daily serving of green leafy vegetables and slower cognitive decline in skills like memory. Researchers found a group of nearly 1,000 dementia-free older adults for an average of 5 years. They found that those who ate at least one daily serving of leafy green vegetables were about 11 years younger cognitively than those who rarely or never ate dark leafy greens. It's almost unbelievable, said Martha Morris, the senior author of the study, who studies nutrition and brain health at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago, per the Los Angeles Times. Eating these leafy greens was independently associated with slower cognitive decline. That tells you this single food group contains so many nutrients, it could be brain protective. Number 5, berries improve brain function and memory. Berries such as strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries are packed with flavonoids, which are known to help improve memory and slow age-related cognitive decline, reports Scientific American. Adding a handful of berries to the diet each day is one of the first and easiest changes I recommend to those looking to improve their brain health. Uma Naidu, director of nutritional and lifestyle physician at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston, told the American Association of Retired Persons. Research from King's College London found that just a handful of wild blueberries a day could improve brain function over the course of 12 weeks. Researchers found that individuals who consumed wild blueberry powder experienced improved memory and more accuracy on attention tasks. It's clear from this study that consuming wild blueberries is beneficial to cognitive function, said Professor Claire Williams, chair of the neuroscience department for University of Reading, per King's College. This group, who had the wild berry powder, showed signs of better memory and greater mental flexibility when completing cognitive tasks. So those are, let's see, the 5 superfoods that help with your brain function. So fatty fish, walnuts, turmeric, dark leafy greens, and berries. And matter of fact, I'm going to put this link in the chat box. There's your link for the 5 superfoods to boost your brain health and memory. Let me show you a picture here. I have a picture to show you. Give me just a second. Let me. So this is a picture of my antioxidant power oatmeal breakfast bowl. I know that's a that's a mouthful. So let me tell you what's in this oatmeal. This is my power breakfast. So my power breakfast consists of, it's gluten-free oatmeal cooked on the stove. The old-fashioned, we're talking about the old-fashioned oats, not that instant stuff. So it's gluten-free oatmeal cooked with turmeric and cinnamon, black pepper, cardamom, and oat milk, and also nutmeg. And I cook that, and then I top it with organic blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, chia seeds, flax seeds. And did I mention my nuts? My walnuts. Walnuts. Yes, you can see my walnuts on there as well. Walnuts, and drizzled with raw organic honey. So once again, this is gluten-free oatmeal cooked with turmeric, cinnamon, nutmeg, black pepper, cardamom, and oat milk, and topped with organic blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, chia seeds, flax seeds, and drizzled with raw organic honey, and of course, also my walnuts. So this is what I have, you know, in the mornings. And it is, as you can see, it's a power breakfast bowl. It's filling, it's healthy, it's yummy. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, that power bowl? It is delicious. And so what I'll do, oh, you eat a lot of pumpkin seeds as well, Sister Paula says. Oh, good. Not the salted ones, right? Not the ones with, because I know there's some pumpkin seeds out there with I think they're salted. So make sure that you're avoiding all the salt. Avoid the salt. So in summary, let's talk about what the functional foods are. They go beyond the macro and micro nutrients. Sister Carla said, it looks so good. It is, it's so delicious. So functional foods go beyond the protein, the carbs, the fats, the vitamins and minerals, and caloric values. You should look for functional foods to enhance your health or that are complementary to your goals. So if your goals are to lose weight or to whatever your goals are, look for those functional foods that are going to aid in you reaching your goal. Sister Paula said, I made almond milk to eat with my oatmeal, and it's good. That's awesome, Sister Paula. You made your almond milk. Cool. To eat with your oatmeal. Very good. I am so excited for us. I am so excited for us. Why? Because we're getting away from having to purchase everything already made. We are now really, a lot of us are learning how to make a lot of these things, these products that we were purchasing, making our own milks. Someone mentioned a few shows ago about a what was it? Was it honey? There was, I think it was some form of honey that one of the sisters had mentioned. If you all remember, there was a sister that had put something in the chat about a specific flavor of honey, and I said I wanted some of that. Are you here, sister? If you are, I still want to know about that honey. I can't remember what the specific flavor was, but I want to know more about that. But most of us are learning how to make a lot of these things that we have been purchasing over the counter, that who knows how long they've been sitting on the shelves. So we're going to talk about some upcoming shows where we're going to be talking about breads, how to make certain breads. We're going to learn all of that because I think it's important that we start learning how to make a lot of these things at home. So functional foods can address inflammation, oxidative stress, and blood sugar regulation. So you should try to sneak in about 1 to 2 functional foods a day and continue to expand it until it really crowds out all of the less nutrient dense foods. So start with just 1 or 2 a day. And like I said, just start incorporating more as you go along. And have fun with it. Have fun with the functional foods, not just eating them, but also learning what the benefits are of these foods. So now that we've talked about functional foods, let's flip the script, right? Let's now start talking about some dysfunctional foods, because if you have foods that are functional, then of course we know that we have the opposite, the foods that are dysfunctional, the foods that causes sickness, that causes diseases, rather than enhance health and wellness. So let's talk about some of the unhealthy foods or the dysfunctional foods that throughout the years we've eaten, or some of us are still eating these foods, right? Sister Jeanette said it was lavender honey. Khan, Thawada, Sister Jeanette. Do you remember who it was that mentioned that? The lavender honey? If you do, send me a message and let me know, because I do want to reach out to the sister. Yeah, I really want to try that lavender honey. That's correct. How can I forget that? I really love lavender. So yeah, if you remember who it is, send me a message and remind me. So right now we're going to talk about the 76 unhealthiest foods on the planet. 76 unhealthiest foods on the planet. So we're just going to really skim through them really fast, so we will know what these unhealthy foods are. And this is from Eat This, Not That. So let's see what these 76 unhealthiest foods are. These dysfunctional foods that may be causing us to dysfunction. Right. From eat this, not that. Oh, well. That's an advertisement. That's not what we're looking for. Here we go. Eat this, not that. So you see all this junk. This is junk food, right? Dysfunctional food or junk food. So it says everyone has those foods that they crave constantly. If you have a sweet tooth, you might dream of cupcakes, frosting, sprinkles, or milkshakes, or maybe you're more of a savory salt lover who can't wait to get their hands on a bag of chips. An order of French fries or a crispy piece of bacon. All foods are okay in moderation. Well, not all, but some are downright unhealthy due to their sketchy ingredients or lack of nutrients. And those are the ones you'll want to avoid consuming regularly. Many of them may even be considered the unhealthiest foods on the planet. Culprits that may be wreaking havoc on your well-being without you even realizing it. Even though it's important to treat yourself. Hold on just a second. Let me find my space back here. Even though it's important to treat yourself to your favorite things, it can be helpful to make sure you know what is actually in the foods you're eating. This is especially true in the United States, where so many of the most common foods contain heavy amounts of added sugars, sodium, saturated and trans fat, and chemicals we can't even pronounce, and at the same time lack necessary nutrients like fiber and protein. So, to help you become more aware of what is in your foods, in the foods you love and crave, and why some of these foods may be harmful if consumed consistently, we put together this list of the unhealthiest foods on the planet. And while you're learning more about these items, make sure to check out these 30 best healthy new grocery products. We're just going to stick with the unhealthy foods right now. Here we go. Number 1, bacon. Who's shocked? Who is surprised about that? And like I said, we're not going to dig deep into this. We're just going to list them. Number 2, fast food breakfast. You see the pancakes and so on. Fast food burgers. And I'm going to share this article so that in your spare time you can go through it and read through it. You may be able to help some, family members or friends to learn why they shouldn't eat these quote unquote foods, that some of them aren't really foods. Fast food, French fries, milkshakes, donuts, coffee creamer, bleached white flour bread, sugar added fruit juice, diet sodas. So remember, these are the 76 unhealthiest foods on the planet. Fried foods, sausage, sugary cereals, frozen entrees, restaurant desserts, oh my goodness, white sugar, too much of it, it says, store-bought frosting, pancake syrup, bottled smoothies. Wow, who would have thought? Charred meats, we talked about this last week as well. Energy drinks, ready-to-bake pie crust, artificial sweeteners with sucralose, breakfast biscuits, store-bought barbecue sauce. These are all dysfunctional foods. Sports drinks, restaurant or store-bought cheesecakes, restaurant tiramisu, margarine, taco bowls. Interesting. Frozen pizza, fettuccine alfredo, Belgian waffles, onion rings, mayonnaise, nachos, fish and chips, mozzarella sticks, restaurant French toast, croissants, soybean oil, we know that, canned soup, bouillon cubes, pre-made muffins, boxed mac and cheese, frozen pies, hot dogs, deli meats, instant oatmeal packs, candy, boxed cake mixes, pre-packed baked goods, bottled water. And because of the BPA, so you want to ask about that, right? What type of bottles are you, if you're buying bottled water, what kind of bottles? Dried fruit snacks, who would have thought about that? Unhealthy ingredients, sulfites, added sugars, or fruit juice infusions. American cheese, wheat bread or whole grain that isn't 100%. Foods coated with artificial chocolate. Shelf-stable jarred pickles. Wow. Chewing gum. Reduced fat peanut butter. Sugar-free chocolate. Instant oatmeal. Bottled lemonade. Sprinkles. maraschino cherries. Fruit yogurt. Bottled coffee. Water enhancers. Frozen fish products. Mind you, this is 76 unhealthiest foods on the planet. Granola bars. Meal replacement shakes. Light butter substitute. Bottled salad dressings. Fruit cocktail. Certain protein bars. Sugar-free jam. That is 76 unhealthiest foods on the planet. There are quite a few that I didn't see on this list, but that's a lot. How many of you found any shockers on the list? Was there anything on there that shocked you? Did anyone see something on the list that you thought, oh, wow, I didn't know that was one of the unhealthiest food on the planet? Pickles, yes. The pickles, yeah, that one got me too, Sister Jeanette. So now it means that we have to start pickling our own food, right? Our own, whatever it is that we want pickled, we have to do it on our own. There's a documentary that I want to show. I'm just going to show a short clip of this documentary, but I'm also going to put the link in the box, the chat box, because I think that this is a video that you're going to want to share with some family members and friends, and I've already done so myself, because some people really need to see this and see why the Most High told us that we are not supposed to consume certain things, right? So let me share this video really quick. This is a documentary about pig meat and pork, health side effects, problems for body, and dangers. This is by the documentary channel. And I'm probably just going to show about 5 minutes of it. But like I said, I will share the link in the chat box. Fair use for educational purposes only.
Hello everyone, welcome to this program. In this documentary, you will see the effects of eating pork on the body based on scientific evidence. Pork is the most consumed meat in the world. Consumption of this meat is prevalent in all countries except in the Islamic countries. Pork is the most common meat in Western world. So this question might have come to your mind that why pork is so heavily consumed in the West, while several adverse effects are linked to it. If pork was bad, why Westerners should use it? Are the side effects attributed to pork are some fake things in order to justify the teachings of the divine religions? Or maybe in the past pork caused some infectious diseases, but in our developed world with novel methods of animal farming, these diseases have been eradicated. And if someone gets some of these diseases, he or she can easily be treated with antibiotics. Or you may say that even in the developing countries where pork might contain some microbes, why not to cook it in high temperatures for several hours and kill all those microbes? The aim of this documentary is to answer these questions. I should mention that all information that is presented in this documentary are based on scientific articles published in reputable international journals. To increase the validity of this documentary, the name of each article, as well as the name of the journal and the picture of the related sentences written in these articles have been shown. So let's get started. First of all, I should mention that pigs live in very dirty places. They live in very dirty places. This is the nature of pigs, and if one tries to keep them in clean places, pigs make their place dirty. Pigs are caprophagic animals. It means that they eat the feces of their own and that of the other animals. Therefore, in several places all over the world, there were and still are toilets which are connected to the eating places of pigs. In such places, human feces provides a cheap food for pigs. It's worth noting that even if pigs are kept in clean places, the caprophagic desire of pigs forces them to eat their own feces. This is why several infectious diseases are caused by eating pork. Now I would mention 3 parasites that are transmitted via eating pork, and then the microbes that are found in pork will be described. Studies have shown that up to 10% of the populations in developed countries are affected by diseases transmitted via animals. Four major types of these diseases are caused by these agents: Toxoplasma gondii parasite, Sarcocystis parasite, Trichina worm, and Taenia worm. Although some other sorts of meat can also transfer these agents, pork is the only one that can transfer all of them. Now let's see the dangers of the diseases caused by these four organisms on human body. The first disease is toxoplasmosis. In comparison to other types of meat, pork has the highest capacity to transfer toxoplasmosis disease to human. In some countries, up to 40% of people are affected by this disease. The infants of mothers affected by toxoplasmosis might suffer from congenital diseases. Besides, Toxoplasma parasite in patients with immunodeficiency diseases causes dangerous brain and eye lesions. As you see in this picture, Toxoplasma parasite has caused a big lesion in the brain and has damaged the brain tissue. In another picture, the parasite has generated a big lesion at the end of the patient's eye, which can distract the eyesight of the patient. So what kind of food can have toxoplasma? A paper published by American researchers in the Parasitology Journal in 2005 assessed the presence of toxoplasma parasite in beef, poultry, and pork. These scientists found toxoplasma only in pork and not in the poultry or beef. It's important to know that a pregnant woman, if using toxoplasma or if they eat toxoplasma infected pork, put the health of their infants in danger of toxoplasma infection. One example of toxoplasma infection in infants has been depicted in this picture. You see that the head of this infant is abnormally large. This disease, which is called hydrocephalus, can lead to seizures and mental retardation in the baby. Furthermore, eye involvement might lead to blindness. The next parasite is called Trichinella. This parasite is transmitted to humans mainly through consumption of pork. Trichinella causes several complications and, especially in the elderly, could cause the inflammation of muscles, heart, and brain and kill the patient. You might ask in which countries one can find this parasite and whether in the developed Western countries one can find these diseases. Pork-induced Trichinella disease has been reported in a lot of developed and developing countries. Countries like Vietnam, Korea, India, Turkey, European countries, Ontario in Canada, and Argentina, Nigeria, Germany, Greenland, Croatia, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Finland, Japan, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Nepal, England, Ireland, Hungary, China, and a lot of other countries. Now, what shall we do with these parasites? To reduce the risk of Trichinella infection, several methods have been developed to inspect pork. The first method is called trichinoscopy. In this method, pork is assessed under a microscope in order to find the parasite. According to the renowned Eurosurveillance,
I think we're getting the gist of it here. Let me see how long is This video is over 50 minutes long, but it goes in depth. It goes in depth about the dangers of eating pork. And he also talks about, we've heard, all you have to do is cook the pork meat at a certain you can cook the pork meat at a certain temperature for so long to kill the bacteria, to kill the worms, the parasites. However, the studies that he's going to show on this video, I just put the link for the video in here, show that even with cooking the pig's meat at high temperatures for prolonged periods, and even freezing the meat at below zero temperatures, way below zero, I think like 25 degrees below zero, that the parasites survived even through the high temperatures and the very low temperatures. So this documentary you need to share with your friends and family members that are still eating pork, that think that it's okay to eat pork for whatever reason, and think that because they're cooking it at a certain temperature for a certain period of time, that let's say, even if you were able to kill the parasites, why would you want to eat meat that is infested with parasites? So anyhow, I've shared the link just, in respect of time. I shared the link there so that you can share it with friends and family members to show why the Most High said we're not supposed to eat these abominations, right? So I also have, let's see how long is this video? Another short video here. This one is much shorter. I think this one goes into a lot of the information, but more condensed, not as in depth. So here's another video. This one, it really summarizes the dirty details, literally, why we shouldn't eat pork. And this video is by Cheap Knowledge. Why pork is bad? Why is pork bad for you? Is the question.
The most commonly consumed meat worldwide. Not only various religions, but science also has a number of reasons from stopping you to eat pork. First, let's see what various religions say about pork. As per Islam, pork is forbidden due to impurities, only except in extreme cases where your survival may depend on it. Similar to Islam, Judaism also forbids pork due to uncleanliness. And similar to Judaism, Christianity also forbids pork due to impurities. But as everyone knows that modern human beings are less accepting to religious views, and often ask for evidence and proofs, so let's take into consideration the scientific opinion about pork. Pig is an unclean animal. It is a scavenger that will eat almost anything it comes across. This includes not only bugs, insects and whatever leftover scraps they find laying around, but also their own feces, as well as the dead carcasses of sick animals, including their own young, thus consuming many kinds of toxins. Unlike other animals, the pig's body does not filter out toxins and stores them in its fatty tissues ready for human consumption. In developed nations, pork liver is the top food-based transmitter of hepatitis C, a virus that infects 20 million people each year and can lead to acute illness, enlarged liver, and sometimes liver failure and death. pork meat is too much fattier and cholesterol high. The swine flu is another virus that has made the leap from pig to human. Influenza or flu viruses can be directly transmitted from pigs to humans. There has been a long-term link with the roundworm and pork, causing trichinosis, which causes fever, pain, diarrhea and vomiting. Transmission of this parasite is through eating muscle tissue of undercooked infected pork. The parasite can live in the intestines of humans, passing through to other organs via the bloodstream, causing a host of conditions. Pigs carry many viruses and parasites with them. Whether by coming in direct contact with them through farms or by eating their meat, pigs are primary carriers of Neosolium tapeworm, hepatitis C virus, porcine reproductive and respiratory syndrome, Nipah virus, monongeal virus, viruses in the family Paramyxoviridae. Each of these parasites and viruses can lead to serious health problems that can last for years to come. Pig farming is carried out in unhealthy and unhygienic conditions. Anything farmed in such an environment is bad for you. Well, my final thoughts are that what you eat is up to you, but I advise you to stay away from pork, as the reasons discussed here are just a tip of the iceberg. Until next time, bye-bye.
So like I said, that was a quick explanation, but the other video really goes in depth. So this is an introduction. And then follow it up with the more detailed video. Yeah, when I was in the 5th grade, I did a report, a science report on trichinosis. And that's how I learned about the worms that are in the pig's flesh. And I am telling you, I went to my mother and I was crying. I didn't want to eat pork. But my mother continued to cook it, so I continued to eat it, right? But it's been, wow, how many years has it been since I've eaten pork? Probably close to 30 years or so. Yeah, I see why the Most High says that we're not to consume pork. There's something else that we're not supposed to consume, right? According to the dietary laws. And that has made it to my list of dysfunctional foods. And that is shellfish. And here's another quick article that we're going to go over. This is like I said, one of the dysfunctional foods that made it to my list, and it is shellfish. And this is an article from drjockers.com where he explains why he doesn't eat shellfish. Dr. Jockers happened to be Jewish, and he explains from a biblical standpoint and a scientific standpoint why he doesn't eat shellfish. However, tonight we are going to focus primarily on the scientific reasons that he outlines. So let's just look at this article from drjockers.com, why I don't eat shellfish. And like I said, we're just going to stick to the scientific portion of his article. He says here, the nature of shellfish. These animals are scavengers, so by nature they will have higher toxic loads. They are like the cleanup crew that breaks down dead and decaying matter in the ocean, lakes, and rivers. Lobsters are nocturnal scavengers that walk the bottom of the ocean floor and consume dead animals and debris. They are like vultures of the ocean and are known to bury dead fish so they can consume them later. Crabs are like little trash cans, sweeping the ocean floor and eating anything, including other dead crabs. Shrimps are also bottom dwellers and sweep the ocean floor, eating all kinds of dead animal parts, Interestingly, certain parasites have been shown to drive a higher level of cannibalism in shrimp. I lost my space there. I think it's further down here. Where are we? Okay, here we go. A 2015 study, found that a tiny parasite, Plesiophora mulleri, significantly increased the cannibalistic activity of shrimp and made infected shrimp more voracious. The scientists witnessed them continuously rip through their brother and sister shrimp in a much shorter period of time than it would normally take a non-infected shrimp to eat something of a similar size. The problem with this is when shrimp hunters pull up their nets, they don't know which shrimp are infected by parasites and which are not. They all look the same, and I would imagine taste the same. There is no detection process. So then there's shellfish allergies. Shellfish are one of the most common food allergens, and they send more people to the hospital each year than any other food allergen response. Roughly 6 million Americans, about 1 out of 50 people, have allergies to shellfish, most commonly to the crustacean group. The particular allergen in shellfish is different from the compounds one could be allergic to in fish. Therefore, those who are allergic to shellfish do not necessarily have to avoid fish, and vice versa. So in particular, scientists found that the protein called tryptomycin, which is found in the muscles of all animals, is the allergy trigger. They also found 2 regions called epitopes that attach the shellfish tryptomycin to the IgE allergy antibody. These components are most similar in animals of similar species. The crustacean groups, which consist of shrimp, lobster, and crab, causes the largest number of allergic reactions. Many individuals who react to the crustacean can consume mollusks such as scallops, oysters, clams, and mussels because their tryptomycin epitopes are slightly different. So seafood allergy, and then he goes into the mollusks, and then types of parasites. And then he said the shellfish toxic load. The 21st century world is much more toxic than it was in the biblical days, and our ocean, lakes, rivers, and waterways have a significantly larger toxic load than ever before. Methylmercury is produced through burning fossil fuels and works its way up to the jet stream and then comes down in the form of rain, mostly over the ocean. So we know mercury is an issue. So he goes into all of that. I'm going to share this as well. Just so you can share with family members and friends, because a lot of times people, they don't want to hear about the biblical aspect. And maybe when you talk to them from the scientific standpoint, you'll be able to reach them and get them to see the importance of abstaining from these dysfunctional foods. To what, Sister Paula? So we are winding down. So I focused on both the pig and the shellfish because they happen to be the 2 primary unclean foods, according to the Bible, that many people have difficulty abstaining from and find excuses to continue to consume. We know, we've heard plenty of excuses. Some are the biblical laws are done away with. Oh, the pork, shrimp, crab, these are delicacies and they taste so good, lobster, etc. You know, we've heard about the pork being the other white meat. They're so good, they're so delicious, yada, yada, all of that. However, it doesn't matter how we feel, even from the religious standpoint, right? For those people that don't consider themselves religious, but the evidence shows that what these creatures have in common is that they were created to keep the earth, the sea, and the ocean clean. The pigs cleaning up the earth, and the crustaceans, shrimp, crab, lobsters, and so on, cleaning the bottom of the ocean. And they're now, when they clean up the bottom of the ocean, they are now consuming these toxins, which they keep in their bodies. These harmful elements are now stored in their bodies. Those toxins were never meant to be consumed by humans. But because people are now consuming pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters, by default, they are now consuming those toxins. And now they're dying from sickness and diseases that they were never meant to even have to deal with, right? So when you learn that a lot of people don't realize that the whole reason why they're sick is because of what they are consuming. And shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork happen to be some of the filthiest things that we can consume. So hopefully, if you share these videos with family members and friends, loved ones, maybe they'll get to see the scientific side, the nutritional side of why they should not consume these foods. So by no means were we able to cover all of the functional and dysfunctional foods that are out there. However, my aim was just to shed some light on some that are very common, and also once again to provoke us to be more mindful on how and what we are eating. So when we ask the question, when we eat, we should ask the question, is this food functional and nutritious for my body? Or is it dysfunctional and harmful to my health and well-being? Does it have the potential to enhance and prolong my life? Or is it contributing to disease and an untimely death? These are the questions that we need to ask when we're eating, or before we even purchase the foods. Once again, we're going back to mindful eating. So sisters, this is the end of Functional Nutrition Month. This was the last broadcast on functional nutrition. Next Sunday, we'll be into a whole other month. We're already over February already. So can you believe that? We're already done with February. Sister Paula said this is something I can share with my sisters. Praise the Most High. The water, Sister Paula. So this is the last broadcast on functional nutrition. I truly hope that you learned some ways to improve your nutrition in some way by the information that was presented and was shared. I can tell you that I learned a lot, for sure. I really did. So this leads me into next month's theme. Next month's theme for March is Healthy Gut Month. Healthy Gut Month. I know that's a mouthful. On Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, we'll be learning about our gut feelings, what's causing them and how to fix them. What's causing these feelings in our gut, the bloating, the pain, the burning, what is going on in our guts? And not only to identify what's going on, but how to heal our gut. Right? So that's next month. But before we go too far, I have a special show. I have a special show that is planned for next week. We're going to take a break next week from learning, and we're going to take some time to reconnect and socialize. So next week is all about reconnecting and socializing, right? So I am inviting you all to join me for a virtual Mediterranean dinner, a virtual dinner. So this is how this is going to work. What I would like for us to do is, those who plan to participate, and I hope many of you do, is to prepare a Mediterranean meal at home and come on next week on video for a dinner party. So I have 10 video slots available. 10 video slots available. So each video slot, you will be on there. If you have family members that want to attend the dinner, then just have your family members with you. Have your meal there so we can eat together. And we know that the Mediterranean diet is not just about eating, it's also about socializing. So I really wanted to incorporate the social aspect. So I'm not eating my Mediterranean meal by myself. I will be able to share with you all, and you all can share with me. So we will eat, we will sip some tea or some wine, whatever you choose, and have conversation. And during this conversation, I would also like for you to talk about what meal you prepared. Why did you prepare that meal? What are the benefits? What are the nutrients that are in the meal that you prepared? And you can have a video of you preparing the meal that we can show. You can also have pictures, even if you don't do a video of your meal, and we can just have a conversation. We're not going to have a anything about learning, like I said, next week. So many of you, I haven't seen your faces since I left California. And I really want to see my sisters. I really want to reconnect. And so I thought this would be a fun way for us to reconnect by having a virtual dinner together. What do you all think about that? Please post something in the chat box. Sister Carla says, the water so much, sis. As always, this was so informative. All praises, sis. All praises. Sister Paula, will you be attending the virtual dinner? Sister Paula, will you be attending the virtual dinner? So what do you think? Does that sound like fun or what? Go ahead and post something in there. So, like I said, seating is limited for this dinner. There's only seating for 10 video slots. However, like I said, if you invite your friends and family members to join you, then that will count as one seat. Depending on how this goes, we may do this once a month or every other month. So please send me an email. Sister Carla says, I'm going to do all I can to attend the virtual dinner. Yes. Yes. Awesome. I know Sister Jeanette plans to attend. There you are, Sister Jeanette. Sister Sierra plans to attend. My daughter will be attending. Sister Alicia is going to attend. So far, we have Sister Alicia, Sister Jeanette, Sister Sierra, my daughter, Sister Paula, Sister Madakwa, and her family. So it looks like seats are getting filled up fast. Sister Adara is also planning on attending next week. I spoke to her earlier today. So yes, so send me an email at shebrewroyaltybiz@gmail.com. Or for those of you that have my phone number, you can just go ahead and text me and let me know so that I can send you the link that you will need in order to come in on the video. Okay? So please let me know so I can know how many slots to have available, and also to make sure that you get your invitation to come on. So let me pop something up here real quick. Speaking of invitations, give me just a second. I have something to show you really quick. So here's your invite, my sisters. Mediterranean cuisine, Sunday, March 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It's the same time that we join for Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty every week. Mediterranean cuisine. Come and have dinner with me. Invite family members, invite friends to join you. So it can be a true Mediterranean experience, right? With the food and the socialization. Khan. So don't forget, sisters, send me either an email or a text to let me know that you will be attending. Also, if you have pictures and so on of the meal, go ahead and maybe by an hour before the show starts, an hour before we come on, make sure that I have the pictures and videos and everything that you would want me to share. Okay? So at least an hour before. Send me if you took any videos while you were preparing the food, whatever it is that you did. Sister Paula says, I will be, long as I can get on there. I already got my dish in mind. All right. That's awesome, Sister Paula. Yes, I will. I am definitely holding a slot for you. So, wow, this was information packed as usual. We're saying bye-bye to February and hello to March. So please do me a favor, share this video with your sister friends and relatives. Let's grow this channel so that the information can reach Hebrews throughout the four corners of the earth. And even those who are not Shebrews, but are willing to be a part of our community, we are to let our light shine so that others can be led to the source of the light. Let's do this, sisters. So thank you. I didn't mean to keep you so long tonight, but there was just so much information. I love you and always appreciate you taking time out of your very busy schedule to have tea and conversation with me. So thank you so much. Thank you, Thawada, for your support. Thank you for your love. Know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for us. Until the Most High brings us back together, may you prosper and be in good health. Remember, true healing begins inwardly before it is expressed outwardly. So, Thawada sisters, I love you. Love you. I am your hostess, Kwala Yakaka, a voice of reasoning and justice. And if it's the Most High's will, I will see you next week for dinner. All right? Shalawam, sisters. Shalawam, Ahatha. Love you so much. Can't wait to see you all next week and have dinner with you. Shalawam.